Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. I just got the camera on in time then, didn't I? Hello everybody, welcome to the Paris Marathon training sessions. 1 minute to go and I haven't logged on yet, so bear with me while I do that. Victoria's running, but I'm not. So I just need to but I need to be able to message. So, let me just log in here. Oh, why is the treadmill not coming up as an option? Oh, well, okay. Sorry, bear with me. I'm just making sure I can log into the Paris Marathon event. We are off now. And I've just literally logged on. I just need to get down. Come on. Start run. Oh, come on. There we are. We're loading. Fingers crossed I'll be on in a second. So, I hope you're all well. This is our 1 hour session. We will be running for 60 minutes. Victoria's going at 9 kph. Unfortunately, I meant to get Victoria as the run leader, but she is not listed as run leader. So next week she will be listed as run leader. Right, now I should be able to type through the companion app. I can get that open, and then we can message everybody and say hello. John Shaw is running. Hello, John Shaw. Clive Finnemore, good evening. John Farrell, good evening. Tina Beard, Yoko, Amy. Don Mega has got his run pod today, so he is pumped to get started on Zwift. It'll be great to have you with us. Fantastic news that you are joining us on Zwift. Thank you very much. I wonder if Marcus Holmes is running as well. Marcus is running as well. Paul Deering is on. Nikki is there. Hello, Nikki. We've got loads on today. That's brilliant. Hello and welcome. Rob Harrison is there as well. Fantastic. Well, it's so good that everybody's on. Nice. Marcus has noticed that Victoria's avatar is wearing his t-shirt. The Marcus Holmes copyrighted t-shirt. Right, now I'm not logged on as Zwift Companion app. Why am I not? Victoria, can you just click my phone? Double click it. We want to try and get rid of the... if you can get rid of the... yeah, okay then. Don't fall off the treadmill. Happy 17th birthday to Clive Finnemore's son. What, is Clive in trouble for being on the treadmill? No, Clive never gets in trouble for being on the treadmill. Right, Clive has already run 50 kilometres today, and he is now running in this. I've decided not to run because I've done 15 kilometres today. Clive has done 50 and he's now running again tonight. Madness. Absolute madness. But great to have you with us, Clive, as always. Right, dropping a few ride-ons there. Lee Walker says, wait, Rob from the running podcast. Which running podcast, Lee? I don't think it is the same one that you're thinking of, but which running podcast are you thinking of, Lee? Lee Walker says, wait, Rob Harrison from the running podcast. Rob Harrison, are you in a running podcast? My Zwift Companion app does not want to log in today. Okay, let's try and log into Victoria then. Sarah Jacobson, well done, Sarah. Right, we had a brilliant photo today from Sarah Jacobson and Megan and Jamie at the Disney Challenge. They've done the half marathon today, so just the marathon to go tomorrow. I can't use this one because it won't come up as the leader, will it? That's the problem. I need the one that is going to come up as the leader. Yeah, I'm on Orbi. There must be some problem with which phone is accessing. If I turn Bluetooth off on this phone, Tina Beard says, Sarah, you're doing fabulous work. Lee Walker is thinking of Rob Deering, the comedian. No. So we've got a Paul Deering and we've got a Rob Harrison, but we do not have a Rob Deering. This screen that I've got in front of me here, I've never seen that one before. Very weird. Right, let's turn Bluetooth off on this phone. and in fact Wi-Fi as well. Let's turn Wi-Fi off as well, so that there's no confusion about which app I am trying to use to access, or which phone I'm trying to use to access the Zwift Companion app. Come on. Marcus says Sarah is killing it. Yeah, so Megan Brown and Jamie Caesar and Sarah Jacobson are at Disneyland, and they have run today in California, and they have run, is it California or Florida? I think that, I can't remember. Sarah, where are you, California or Florida? I can't remember. Anyway, they have run the half marathon today. So yesterday, Megan did the Disney World, Florida they're at. Yesterday, Disneyland, Florida. Yesterday, Megan and Jamie did the 10K, and the day before that, they did the 5K. Sarah's joined them today for the half marathon, and tomorrow they're doing a marathon, which is going to be fantastic. So Jamie and Megan are doing all four, as far as I'm aware, and Sarah's doing the half and the full. And Sarah has been training her butt off for this. She really has been putting in the miles. So well done, Sarah, and good luck for the rest of the challenge. Yoko says, Sarah, good luck tomorrow. Great challenge. Paul Haywood says he's glad that he's having an Indian after the run and not before. Yeah, fair enough. Right, I cannot message in game because my Zwift Companion app does not want to connect. And I am logged into the game on Apple TV. I don't think it's that. I might have another little look and see if I can... Can I give you the mic, Victoria? And you can just waffle on for a bit. And I'm just going to see if I can fix this. Tina says she can't keep up with the chat tonight. It's so fast. Sarah Jacobson says, thanks all. Have to hop off. Have a good run today. And nice to see Stephen being a little lazy. Listen, I ran 5K this morning at Parkrun. And then I've done a 10K... cross-country run. I was going to run tonight, but I really feel too tired, and I'm going to run tomorrow. I'm going to run 10 miles tomorrow. Anyway, here's Victoria.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I've been given license to waffle. So this morning we left the house at 8 a.m. because Stephen wanted to do Parkrun. The weather was really windy, it was wet. So Ellis and I sat in the car, and then once Stephen had finished, we drove to the cross country. Ellis was in the under 13 boys, which was 3.2 kilometres. And then Stephen was in the old man's race, which was 10k. But it actually looked quite tough. It was very muddy in places. Marcus says, enjoy Space Mountain, Sarah. Yeah, really well done today, Sarah, and good luck for tomorrow. Got home from the cross country an hour ago, so it feels like the whole day has been taken up with running, only I've not done any running until now. That's 10 minutes gone, and I've completed 1.5 kilometres. I'm running at 9 kilometres per hour, or 6 minutes 40 per kilometre. So tonight's run is for 1 hour, and then each week, as we progress through the Paris Marathon training, we will increase the time of our Saturday run. I think the final run is 2 hours. Yes, Marcus, each week we add oh no, we don't add an additional hour. That would be good, wouldn't it?
Hours for
I think I might skip a few of those sessions, Marcus. Whether you're joining us in Paris or not, it'll be nice to see how everyone progresses with their training and increases their fitness.
I'm running slowly. Right, seeing as my companion app is not connecting, I am having to message direct on Apple TV. But it does seem to be working. Yeah. Yeah, let me get chat back up on the screen now. The problem is then I can't see what I'm typing. Oh well. Anthony Anderson says, hi all. Victoria, what's it like being able to see what you're doing?
Anthony, it's absolutely marvellous. Very exciting. It's a whole new world.
Darren says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Darren. Hope you're well. Lee Walker says, what time is everyone looking to target for the marathon? So, we've had, last year, we had different times that people were going for, but they were all kind of around about 4 hours. So we had some people targeting 3:45, some people targeting 4, and some people targeting 4:15, 4:30. Mind you, yeah, Kevin DeLuca came in at about 3:15. So Kevin DeLuca was the speedy one. He came in at 3:15. And I think we had a couple of runners coming in around 5 hours. So it's across the board, really. I mean, we will be targeting around 4 hours. Because, oh yeah, I'm going for 3, aren't I? Me and Marcus are supposed to be targeting 3 hours. Victoria's got to keep it steady because Victoria has 3 marathons in April, so she can't go fast for any of them. She just needs to maintain, basically, and do each one at around about 4 hours or so. So nearer the time, we'll test Victoria's fitness and see how she's doing, see what's a sensible time for her to go for. Yeah, Marcus Holmes says, going for about 3 hours or better with Stephen. Yes, so that's what me and Marcus are aiming for. Lee Walker says, only the 3? Yeah. Well, I've only done 3 hours once. I will try and do it again, but there's no guarantee, to be fair, that I will be able to manage it. Right, now, Victoria has caught me up now, so I'm going to speed up to 9 kph. Obviously, I'm not running, and this run will be deleted afterwards, so it will not count towards my stats. I'm not going to lie about what I've done and what I haven't done. Amy Green says 4 hours would be a dream for me one day. Amy, I'm sure we can get you to near 4 hours. I'm sure we can. Oh, Lee Walker says only the 3 marathons for Victoria. Yeah. Well, this is the first time she'll have done anything like this. The thing is, again, it's kind of happened a bit by accident. We pretty much always enter the Paris Marathon, so that's a done deal. And then Victoria managed to qualify for Boston and London. So applied for both, thinking that she wouldn't necessarily get into both. And she has actually got into both. So she's got Paris Marathon, London Marathon and Boston Marathon all in April. So we'll try and get her through that. And the way we get her through that is by not going overly quick for each marathon. Each marathon done in an average time, a kind of sensible time, not trying to go really fast. And then we'll see what happens after that. Stephen, Tour de Zwift as of next week. Shall we do something together? Yes, Darren. I don't see why not. We should do a quick one somewhere, shouldn't we? Let's do a quick one next week with Darren Van Dit. I'll leave it up to you to decide. Although remember that we've got Tuesday evening and Friday. In fact, Friday evening is probably the best day for me. Oh, a 1:30 half marathon, says Darren. That would be best on. That would probably be best on a Sunday, actually. A Sunday or a Friday, if we're going to do a half marathon. I'm quite happy to try for a 1:30 half marathon. Yeah, that would be good. So, Victoria says count her out of that one, though. So, yeah, that'd be good, though. Right, I'm just going to go back onto Apple TV and try and message the group again. That's nice. Victoria's made me a cup of tea. That's sweet of her. Oh, that is good tea. Thank you, Victoria. Right. Right, is that going to appear on screen? I've just sent a message. Yes, there it is. 20 minutes down, 40 minutes to go. Oh, plenty off places. Oh, that's not... Oh dear. You can read that.
Stephen says there are still plenty of places. We would love you to join us, indeed. Yeah, Kathy, I think, is running at 8 kilometres per hour. She's not far behind me. They've done just over 3 kilometres. Thank you, Jeff Partridge, for the ride on. Wow, Marcus Holmes will be running Mumbai Marathon next weekend. What was that temperature? I didn't see. 30 degrees. Wow. That will be a challenge, Marcus. But really good luck. Sounds absolutely amazing. Place I would love to visit. Marcus will take his Salomon vest with him. That's a really good idea. Although it'll make you even hotter, Marcus. So for Paris Marathon last April, I insisted on wearing my Salomon vest because I wanted to be in control of my intake of fluid and just take sips often. Stephen wasn't happy with me wearing my vest, but I knew better. When we got to 20 miles, I was absolutely relieved to ditch it with my brother because I was just getting overheated wearing it. But I guess it's knowing how far you've got to run between water stations that you might well be better off wearing your vest. Kathy's increasing her pace a little for the next half minute.
All right. Lee Walker says, I'm targeting Manchester, sub 3:30 again. Good luck, Lee. Jeff Partridge says, how was the cross country? Hilly, tough, wet, windy, and very, very muddy. But that's how cross country should be, isn't it? That is how cross country should be. So yeah, it was pretty gnarly. It has to be said. Lots of people losing their shoes in the mud. Lots of people with gaffer tape taping right round their shoes to keep them on. Darren says, I'm doing lots of crazy cycling at the moment. Darren says, Victoria can be our emotional support when we do the half marathon. Friday is fine by Darren for the sub 130 half marathon. So next Friday, you know, around 6 or 7, we'll do that. Something like that, Darren, would be good. Darren says he is seriously thinking about Paris Marathon now. Come on, Darren. Darren, don't even think about it. Just sign up.
Yes, Darren, just sign up. If you're thinking about it, just do it. It'd be really great to meet you. And it's a very good course. And a great atmosphere as well. I've never run a marathon major, but Stephen tells me it's got all the feel of a major without being one. I think it has more runners than London. And you get to see a lot of the main tourist attractions around Paris, all the main sites. You get pretty good support around the whole of the route. And if you do have anybody with you who are spectating Paris Marathon, it's actually a very easy marathon to get around and see your runner in various locations. And just hop on and off the metro. Very lucky that my brother always comes out and supports us at various points, and he waits for me. It's around 20, I think it's about 20 miles. As I come out of the final tunnel, he's there on the left with a small can of Coke, and it just goes down so well. Gives me that little boost to take me to the finish. It is really motivating, but it's also a little surreal because, was it about 12 years ago, 11 years ago, Stephen first ran Paris Marathon, and I was out with my brother supporting Stephen for several years. Little did I know that I would become a runner.
Right, talking about the cross-country that I did and my son Ellis did today, Jeff says, yeah, proper cross-country. It's not cross-country if it's not muddy and wet, that's for sure, and hilly. Darren says he'll let us know what time we are going to run the half marathon. Heather says, after upset stomach in Paris, I wore a vest in Amsterdam for the same reason as Victoria. It was much better. So Heather liked wearing the vest and having the access to nutrition and hydration when she needed it. Yeah, Victoria says it kept her okay until she got overheated in it. I told her not to wear it, and because I told her she would get too hot, and indeed she did. But it was a comfort blanket for her whilst the early part of the race was on. Jeff says, I like the Terex lip burner mug. Where did you get that? Well, we all I wonder where we got this. They were giving them away free at a cafe in Chamonix. So we got about 12 of them. we got 6. Okay, well that's nearly 12. And I haven't broken one. What do you mean I've broken one? Did I? Oh, apparently I've chipped one. How can you chip a metal mug? Maybe it's enamel. Darren says, is it flat and fast? Yes. Well, it's not completely flat, Darren. Paris is, it can be a fast marathon. It's got a little bit more elevation than you might want, but it's not by any means hilly. There are some down sections and some gradual inclines, very gradual inclines, and then there are some very short, sharp climbs out of tunnels, maybe 1 or 2 or 3. But you'll be fine on them. They're absolutely fine. They're nothing that you would have a problem with.
So, Darren, the tunnels in Paris were always my nemesis. Have I done Paris 4 times now? Yeah, I've done it 4 times. The first 3 times, I've cramped badly coming out of I think it was the final tunnel. Whereas last year, I was mentally prepared for it, and I adjusted my pace coming out. I went on my toes, and then I picked up my pace once I got out again. And I was absolutely fine. So I think as long as you prepare and are sensible, then you'll be fine. Well done, Clive. Enjoy the birthday celebrations, and taper, please. Please taper.
So Clive is finished. Very sensible, Clive. Having already done 50k today, he's just done 5k with us this evening to show the support. Thank you very much, Clive. Very much appreciated. Just typing some more messages on screen. Over halfway now. So this is supposed to be a comfortable, easy session. So we're not trying to break any 10k PBs here. You're supposed to go at a comfortable pace. If you want to do marathon pace, that's fine. But it should be comfortable. I'm just going to type that in as well. Oh, without. Well, yeah. Right, so we are 34 minutes in, 25 and a bit to go, and it's great to have so many people in the run. We've got lots from the USA, Spain and France and the UK and Norway I can see on the screen. So loads of different countries have joined us, and not only from Europe but across the water as well. And yeah, that is what Zwift is all about, having a large community, worldwide community of runners. Which is great. I'll type that on the screen as well. I can't talk and type at the same time. Voice to text is much better because you can do it much quicker. Right, let's go back to chat on screen. See how everyone's getting on. Okay, Darren says, Friday the 13th, Tour de Zwift Stage 2 at 6 p.m. UK time. That is fine by me. I've already signed you. I signed in, so you should see me. Okay, brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 says, yeah, quite a big group. Off to the Indian now for my son's 17th birthday. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye. Thank you, Clive. So Clive has gone off to have his Indian meal. Anthony Anderson, 7 minutes ago, said he's off to have some food. Enjoy the rest of your run. Thank you, Anthony. Paul Hayward, did Ocean Boulevard training... did Ocean Boulevard training help with the tunnel? Oh, I see. Yes. Good point. Yeah, because when you go down, if you don't know about it, when you go down on Watopia, if you're running on Watopia and you go down into Ocean Boulevard, you go down into a tunnel and then back up out the other side. Yes, exactly like you do in Paris. Sebza on Twitch. Hello. He says hello. Nice to have you with us. Jeff Partridge, can't believe Clive even started tonight after his run earlier. Have a lie down, Clive, says Jeff. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's not the final tunnel, it's the first tunnel. The first tunnel in Paris, there is a disco. If you want to stop and dance, there is a DJ with lights, because the first tunnel is quite long and quite dark. I mean, you know, it's not pitch black, it's just dark enough that coloured lights makes a difference. So, yeah, there's a DJ and lights, and you can dance and whatever if you want to. The other tunnels are a lot shorter, but with more significant climbs out of them. They're only very short climbs. They're just a little bit steep once you've done 20 miles or so. Marcus wants to know how my planking is going. So Marcus has decided he's going to start doing planking. I missed one night out this week, but I've done 3 or 4 nights now of planking for 2 minutes. I did 2 minutes 30 seconds the other night. I did 2 minutes last night. So just to try and do a bit of extra strengthening of the core. If I can keep up, I'm not necessarily going to do a plank every night. Like tonight, I probably won't because I'm shattered. But maybe tomorrow, I'll try and do 2.5 minutes tomorrow. And if I can do at least 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 a week, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Victoria and I, a couple of years ago, or no, maybe a few more years ago than that, we had a plank off. Every night, Victoria and I would both do a plank and see how long we could last. And I think we got up to about 5 minutes, didn't we? After we did a plank every night, and we did further and further, like longer and longer each night. And it was surprising how much longer we were able to plank for after we'd done it for a little while. Jeff Partridge says, I always enjoy the samba bands at races. Always a good one at the Reading Half. I'm going to join a samba band when I retire. What do you mean when you retire? You're not still working at 70, are you, Jeff? Have a rest, mate. Come on. Right. Yeah, the first time you do a plank, you do start shaking very early on. The more you do it, the longer it takes before you start shaking. Tina Beard says, Victoria, we know how to plank, don't we? Brackets Pilates. No, don't give me that.
Although, Tina, I'm still not very good at the planking bit. It's really weird in Pilates how there's some of the exercises that I find really quite easy to do, yet others I just struggle. I look around the room and I see all these people sticking their legs right up in the air, and then I'm the one with the tight hamstrings. Spot the runner. Only a true runner. There's ladies, who look about 80, and they look far better at some of the exercises than what I can do. Stephen is saying relax, have a beverage. That's 45 minutes done. Only 15 minutes to go. It really is so much easier to run when you're in a group like this. saying they're stopping, being sensible. In game, I can't. Is that Amy stopping? Well done, Amy. Yeah, you've not been well. It's wise to stop whilst you're still okay. Thank you for joining us. It's good running with you again.
Tina says, I'm better at full plank on hands than forearms. I often find forearms is quite tough, actually, yeah. Amy said... Oh, Victoria says she likes it better on forearms than full hands. Amy says, actually, that felt really good, but I'll be good and stop while I feel okay. It's given me some confidence back. Great, that's exactly what we need, Amy. We need you to get your confidence back and just feel comfortable running again. Nice one. Go and have a nice long soak in the bath. Amy says, see you soon. You're welcome, Amy. Take care. And thank you once again for the lovely Christmas presents. We have eaten some of the Maltesers, but we are going to be using the box of Maltesers you sent us in these runs. When they start to get a little bit longer, we will eat Maltesers as we run. Jeff Partridge says, have you been following the Bandera 100k? Wonder how John Kelly and Courtney DeWalter are getting on. No, I haven't. To be honest, Jeff, I didn't even know it was on. So the Bandera 100k, I will go and check it out and see what's happened. All right, Victoria says she did see that John Kelly was running. But yeah, no, I haven't checked it out, so I will. Don't know. Victoria says she saw a Facebook post of John Kelly's. So it has been on our Facebook streams. We just I haven't taken any particular notice of it, but now that you mention it, I'll go and have a look. Yeah, we have been out all day today at various things. So we got up at 7 a.m, which I get, that's not late, not early particularly, but we got up at 7 a.m. We were out of the house by 8 o'clock. We went to Seaford, which is about 30 miles, not quite 30, 20 miles along the coast, where I ran parkrun this morning, 5k parkrun in the wind and rain. That was fun. And then we drove from there over to Bexhill, which is another 20 miles further along the coast, away from Worthing, where Ellis had a cross-country race at around 11 o'clock this morning, and I had a cross-country race the same place at around about 1 o'clock, 1:30. So, and then we waited to help out and pack all the gear away, the tent and everything, because it was so windy and rainy. We had a full tent for our club to change in or sit in out of the rain or whatever. So that was our day really. So by the time that had all finished, and we got back home, it was after 5 p.m, and it was basically just get ready for this run. I decided that I'll run 10 miles tomorrow morning, so I decided I would not run this evening, and would let Victoria run, because Victoria, although we've been out all day, Victoria hasn't actually been able to run at all, so that's why Victoria is on the treadmill and I am not. Right, Jeff Partridge said he could be watching the Bandera 100k live stream, but he's watching this instead. What is the matter with you, Jeff? You've changed. He could be watching live 100k ultra running with two of the greatest ultra runners to ever live, and we'd rather watch Stephen and Victoria live from shed quarters. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate that, buddy. Oh dear. Right, okay. How are we doing then? So we've got 9 minutes to go. Oh, less than that. About 9 minutes to go for Victoria. We're real runners, not freakishly good runners. We're just real runners. Yeah. Coming to the end, about 8.5 minutes to go of the Paris Marathon. The Paris Marathon long run training week 1. So on Tuesdays we do the interval training, and Wednesdays we do the interval training, and Saturdays we do the long run. Tomorrow, Chris Beale will be on. So join Chris Beale on the Zwift Run channel for his live stream, and then we also have. I don't know if Clive will be streaming tomorrow. Do you think Clive will be live streaming tomorrow? Chris normally does Saturday night, but tonight he's very wet from his outdoor run. He said he would do tomorrow instead. Jeff Partridge thinks this is comedy gold. This is deadly serious, Jeff. This is serious training. We're serious runners doing serious training. Right, let me just speak to the gang. So I need to turn off chat and go on the other screen. Hang on. Just going to remind people that we are all also doing the interval training on a Wednesday. What time do we do them? Is it 7 p.m. UK time or 6 p.m. UK time? I'll just do this. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Five minutes left, guys.
Well done, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I genuinely do prefer doing these sessions as a group. So next Saturday, we will add another 5 minutes. We will do 65 minutes next week. Marcus Holmes will be adding 50 minutes next week. Marcus, I do hope you're not trying to kill me off here. Marcus Holmes can add 50 minutes of donuts next week. Yes, Marcus's strategy is to get all of his competitors injured. Paul Hayward says Marcus has been reading the Clive Finnemore manual. Yeah, 5 minutes, 50 minutes. Marcus, we could just add another 5 hours if you like. Yeah, really well done to Sarah, Megan and Jamie, who are in the middle of their Disney challenge in Florida. We've got the marathon tomorrow. Marcus, surely you don't need tempting. Nine minutes gone, 1 minute to go.
Right, very well done, everybody. Feel proud of your first long run of the Paris Marathon training sessions. Yeah. Victoria is very pleased with the fact that she stayed in zone 2 for the whole run. And hopefully we'll see you all next week. Chat back up. Right, let's just catch up with all this. Tina Beard says, I have an 80-minute outside long run tomorrow. Good luck with that. That'll be great. 80 minutes is all right. You can manage that. That'll be fine. And Tina says, it's looking grim, Paul. Good luck, Tina. Hope the weather is better than it was this morning, says Paul. Yeah, she says it's looking grim. The weather is looking grim. So good luck, Tina, with your run tomorrow. Victoria, do you want to say bye-bye?
Bye, Bye, everyone. Thank you and well done.
So that is it for the Paris Marathon training sessions long run, first week of our long runs. Yoko says, thanks. The first one is finished. Yeah, 1 down, 11 to go. We have 11 weeks. Marcus says, good work, everyone. 11 weeks left of training to get us up to speed for the Paris Marathon in April. April the 2nd is the Paris Marathon. So April the 2nd is what we're aiming for. And we will see you every week, twice a week on the Paris Marathon training sessions between now and then. Paul Hayward says, goodbye, thanks for the stream. Thank you very much. And we will see you for the next one, which is on Wednesday. We have the next interval session. However, between now and then, there's plenty of other stuff coming up. Like I said, Chris Beale tomorrow, and whether Clive streams tomorrow, I'm not sure. And then we've got the community run on Monday evening. Clive Finnemore will be streaming that live on the Zwift Run channel, followed by the Film My Run 500 on Tuesday morning. We'll do something on Tuesday evening. Oh, right. Apparently we've got a school performance to go to on Tuesday evening, so it may not be me. We may have Clive again on Tuesday evening. But then, we will be back on Wednesday for the interval session. Right, that's it from us. Take care, everyone. Hang on, let me just press... Oh, Victoria can press the button. Hang on a second. You want the red one? We're going to see you later. Take care, everyone.